Heyo, Scorpio, how's it going? Hope everything's going good for you and yours. We're welcoming you to your April 4th, 2022 weekly reading. Hopefully everything is going good with you, as I said already. But we're going to be looking at your past, we're going to be looking at your present, we're going to be looking at your future cards, and we're going to clarify all of them, and then we're going to tie everything off with an oracle card. So hopefully everything's going to be resonating with you, hopefully everything's going to be clicking with you here. And we'll get into this, see what we got for you. Hopefully, you're either new or old, a returning member, or someone new to the channel. Either way, thank you for being here. Hope everything's going good with viewers. Thank you for returning, if that's the case. Thank you for being here if you're new. And I hope if you're new, you're hoping to stick around with us and be a part of the community. So let's see what we got here for you. Let's start things off. Your card to keep in mind this week is the Six of Swords. It's a card of a card of being in kind of rough waters. As you can kind of see there's some treacherous waters that this boat is in, but there are calm waters ahead. And it's sort of saying to you, I feel, that you need to steer yourself that way. You need to try to find a way into the calm waters. They're here. It's not as though you're kind of just hoping to weather the storm. There is a path out of whatever situation you might be dealing with this week, Scorpio. So we'll keep that in mind here. We got the Magician, the Star, and the Knight of Pentacles here in your past, really trying to get something to happen for you here. Something you really wish would happen here with the Star. Something you've been trying to manifest for a long time, it feels like, with that Knight of Pentacles and the Magician here, but it's taking as long as it takes, right? This isn't something you can force to happen. It's something you kind of have to just, it takes as long as it takes, right? You're going to be in those rough waters and you're going to move into the calm ones eventually, but it's going to take as long as it can take. Like, you got to kind of maneuver through the currents, through the tides and such here in order to get to where you need to be. With the Star here, that is Aquarius's card. So if you have Aquarius in your chart, that's great. It means you're coming in a strong way. Could also be saying you're dealing with an Aquarius in your past, or you've been dealing with an Aquarius. Maybe that's, love for some of you out there. You got your eye on an Aquarius and you're trying to get yourself to a position where you can be in a relationship with them. But again, for those who aren't looking for love, it's just saying like, you're just manifesting a wish at this time here. And again, I feel like a lot of you, it's something you're working on. Like, it's not necessarily love, but it very well could be. So just take it how it resonates, right? So let's see what we got for you. We got the High Priestess popping out for your clarifiers. What else do we have for you here, Scorpio? All right. Got the Moon. That's very interesting. And we got the Three of Cups as well here. I say that's very interesting. The Moon is Pisces card, and you popped up in Pisces reading. So you two kind of seem to be commingling here. Again, you may have Pisces in your chart, might be dealing with the Pisces, but the Moon is also really interesting with the High Priestess because they are both cards of Pisces. The High Priestess, not quite as much. But with both of them, they are cards of intuition. They are cards of trusting your gut, trusting your intuition here. I feel like you need to kind of trust your intuition to kind of guide you through these rough waters at this time, kind of maneuver through the dangers and such. Not that there are like, maybe, not there for like physical dangers, but maneuvering through the threats and the roadblocks and such here. I feel like that is the best way to get to where you want to be because you're going to have celebrations here at the end. So I would say really trust your gut at this time, maybe not necessarily being like super logical, but of course use a reasonable amount of logic too. But I feel like your gut instincts are going to be your best takes at this time here. In your present, we got the Five of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles here. Really a nice beginning. I feel like this is kind of, for some of you, like this is your present energy. I feel like this is some of you are coming into this. This is sort of the coming out of the rough waters here that we're seeing, because the Ace of Pentacles is a new powerful beginning, or a new thing being offered to you, a new opportunity, a new fortune, something like that, which I think is really beautiful. To go with this Five of Pentacles, though, it's going to require you to focus on the positives in your life, which is really good because we got the King of Wands here, which means you're already geared towards that, especially where we're coming out of those rough waters too, right? We're coming into positivity. But I think that's going to be really key for you, is to focus on the positive, focus on the good. These two here in the Five of Pentacles are two, hello Spike, Excuse me, sir. I wasn't holding that up for your benefit. But the Five of Pentacles here, the two people that are in it, look at this camera hog. The two people that are in it, they're banged up, they're rough, and they're ringing a bell, and they're drawing attention to themselves. They're drawing attention to the negativity. They're drawing attention to the bad here, right? And the King of Wands is really a positive focus guy, much like his counterpart, the Queen of Wands, right? They're focused on the good, focused on the now. They're focused on like growth, positivity, passion, right? And I feel like that's what you really need to focus on, right? You have reasons to celebrate, right? We got the Three of Cups back here. We got the Ace of Pentacles. You have plenty of reasons to celebrate. It's just don't like dwell on the negative, and you're going to be doing better than ever. So let's look at some clarifiers for you here and see what we got going on for you. And see what we have happening, all right? I feel like you're coming out of these calm waters here. Like, again, just focus on the positive, right? Maybe doing some of those like positivity like videos on YouTube and stuff, like listening to some of them in the morning or just before you go to sleep. We got the Ace of Wands here, lovely. We got the Three of Swords, yes, I love it. And the Sun, the happiest card in the deck. Again, just got to be positive. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. Everything coming up, Scorpio, all good, all positive. That's what you need to focus your energy on. Hello, Journey. How are you today? You're being blessed with two cats, along with two aces. We have the Ace of Wands now entering the chat here. And the Ace of Wands really talks about... We got the Ace of Wands, which is orange, like Spike, and we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is great, like Journey. But with the Ace of Wands, it's the go for it card. It's the positive. It's the thumbs up. It's the let's do this here. We're going to have a cat slowly creep through here because he's afraid of getting smacked, even though he's not in any danger of that happening. So it's the go for it. It's the thumbs up. It's the good vibes. It's the go along with the Ace of Pentacles, the planet seed, the let's do this, right? We've also got the Three of Swords here. We're just saying cut out things that don't serve you. And negative thoughts do not serve you. Negativity, focusing on what's not here, focusing on the, oh, I don't have this, on the absence, on the sort of, not the abundance mindset, but the scarcity mindset, that is not going to serve you at all. That's not going to help you ever, right? If you focus on the positive, you're going to be rewarded for it, which looks really good because we're talking about that abundance mindset. There's the Empress in your future cards. All right, we got the Empress, we got the King of Cups, and we got the Seven of Pentacles. It's going to be hard work, and it may not come along as fast as you want it to. Like the Seven of Pentacles, it really talks about how you are definitely kind of working hard for something, but it's just not coming along as fast as you want. But remember, we got that Knight of Pentacles back here. It'll take as long as it takes. So don't worry about it's not coming along as everybody else is. It's not happening as fast for me as it is for everyone else. It's taking its time. You're on your own journey here. Your own journey. Maybe you have your very own journey. Do you have your very own journey somewhere? But we have the Empress and the King of Cups here. Maturity is going to be your best friend. Having that kind of idea of like, yes, again, this is my own path. It's not going to pan out exactly the same way for everyone else's. And the King and the Emperor, the Kings and the Empress know that. They know that it's going to take as long as it takes. The King of Cups especially is unaffected because, again, there's those rough waters, right? He's sitting in the rough waters, but he's unfazed, right? He's not worrying about it. Oh, excuse me. But he's unfazed. He's not worried about it. Like, he's been here, done that. He knows the calm waters are coming. He knows he's going for them. He knows that things are going to pan out for him. It's not going to be a problem. That abundance mindset, the good will come. The negative will not stay around. There's a guy who recently passed away. His name's Scott Hall. He's a professional wrestler, and he's when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, he said, good hard work pays off, dreams come true, bad times don't last, bad guys do. And his character was the bad guy, right? And so that to me is a big important thing. That's something I like to keep in mind, is like bad times don't last. You know, like your hard work is going to pay off. Your dreams are going to come true, but the bad times aren't going to last. They're going to be in the rearview mirror before you know it, and you're going to have an abundance of positive in your life here, Scorpio. So let's look at some clarifiers for you, and then an oracle card to wrap everything off here. All right. Look at this boy. I don't know if you can see him cleaning himself up here, but look at him go. We got the Lovers popping out for you. Sign of Gemini. You already got Aquarius here. The only air sign we're missing is Libra now. All right, we got the Lovers, the Ten of Pentacles. There's that big harvest. And the Queen of Wands again. Or again, no. the Queen of Wands for the first time to go with our King of Wands, though, which is great because that's really beautiful, especially with the Lovers. That's divine counterpart energy, right? Is this what you're trying to work for? I mentioned love at the start. You might be trying to manifest love, maybe between you and an Aquarius, maybe between you and a fire sign as well, but this is like a permanent thing here, right? With these three cards, the Lovers, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. It's like a divine connection. It's someone who wants to be around forever, who wants to really make an honest go at it with you, who really wants to be with you, right? That's what I love about the Queen and the King of Wands, is they want each other, right? It's not like the King and Queen of Swords, who are more of like, we go well together, that's why we're together. These two want each other in their lives, right? They want them. They went after each other, right? That's really beautiful. And this Ten of Pentacles is leaving a legacy behind, and a legacy is something a lot of people kind of think about in terms of, especially when it comes to Pentacles, is something of like a sort of a job, a legacy, kind of leaving your mark on the world. I see the Ten of Pentacles that way, of course, too, but I also look at it as a situation where you have started a family. You grow the family tree. You leave a lasting impression by making a mini version of you in the future, or starting up a family who has an impact, not just like on, you're not just impacting your own side of the family, you're impacting your partner's family as well. Like, you're being brought in, you're leaving an impact, a legacy, a lasting impression, or permanently joining their family as well. And your partner's doing the same. And you might be starting up your own branch of the tree, having kids, and they go on and so forth. And I feel like that's really what this is saying, is you're heading towards this. You're heading towards love. It's interesting too, because you're working hard on stuff. I feel like you're kind of coming out of a negative space, maybe a bad relationship, and you're kind of opening up to trust again, which I think is really beautiful. Could also just be saying, like, if you're working on something else here that you're really trying to accomplish, this will kind of take care of itself in the future. Like, this is kind of going to be not necessarily the reward, but sometimes in situations here, look at this guy, look at this guy. But sometimes in situations, if you take care of and focus on something else, another thing will come in and kind of present itself because of that, because you're not focusing on it, and it's kind of more running in the back, and it's kind of taking care of itself. Like, you take care of the dimes and the dollar, it's like take care of the nickels and the dimes will take care of themselves, or something, how that phrase goes. Where I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. It's like love is coming in for you because you're watching out for something else, or you're healing up from a past trauma and getting into calm, stable waters where you can bring in someone serious here in the future, which is absolutely beautiful. I think that's fantastic. Maybe you've just been single for a long time too, because we have that Seven of Pentacles where you really want a relationship. You want that 10, right? You want things to be going good for you, but like, it's just not coming along. And it's because it takes time. You need to give yourself the right amount of time to heal and recover from past incidents, past traumas, right? You need to do the right work, heal yourself up in the right way. So let's take a look at your oracle message, wrap this all up for you here. We'll see what we got for you, Scorpio. Hope this has been helping out. Hope this has been resonating. If it has, you leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you really like what I do. Hey, leave a comment down too. I don't necessarily always reply to all of them, but I do read all the comments, and I always like just to see that stuff. And it's nice to see, if you're someone else viewing this video and you see a comment that it's resonating with someone, it might pick up your day. But we got the Observer card here, number 49. Let's take a look at your message to send you home, send you on your way. All right, what do we got here for you? Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. And that's something here too, like we were kind of talking about here just at the end, where it might be a case where you work on something else and the other stuff will take care of itself in the background, right? I feel that's going to be important. Maybe you need to observe and kind of take yourself out of, whatever situation you're working on that you're not getting to where you need to be. Take yourself out of that and go focus on something else, and maybe come back with a fresh perspective, or maybe come back after a while and realize, oh, okay, I was maybe going about this not necessarily not the correct way, but not in a positive way, right? Because we're maybe kind of, working in a way where it's not necessarily we're getting the gain we want out of this, because we're focusing too much on something, right? You might be thinking like, oh, why do I always draw like negative people into my life? It's like, no, it's not necessarily you draw negative people. It's maybe you're attracted to something. You're attracted to maybe the sort of surface stuff. And it's kind of like the deep down. You don't get to know the deep down soon enough. And then you just kind of keep pulling the same kind of people that lure you in, right? With the surface level stuff, right? Those kind of creatures and plants and things in the world that kind of lure their prey in with nice, colorful, exciting things. And then when they least expect it, they strike, right? I just recently learned about this snake that its tail ends up growing to look like a spider, and it'll use its tail to draw like birds in and then get them, right? And that's terrifying. And maybe you've been dealing with people like that. They kind of lure you in with these pretty promises and stuff, and lure you in with like these surface level things that are very attractive and very appealing, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's not the substance, because deep down they're just going after what they want. They're just trying to sucker you in, right? So hope that helped you out. Hope that resonated with you, Scorpio. If you want to help out the channel, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also leave a comment down below. Helps out the channel a ton. I love to read those too. And check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos after this one. See what might all be coming for you in the week ahead. And I will see you next time.